Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Charlie with 4BZ Truth. I'm sitting here on my day off, and I'm just enjoying the beautiful nature out the window here. And, it's probably hard to see from the camera, but I just wanted to talk about something that I thought was really interesting. I'm going to build a case for why I think that our bodies and our minds are a receiver-transmitter, kind of like a cell phone. We have brains that fire electronically, little synapses that happen, and on one hand, a cell phone has its own abilities to, like little circuitry or little circuit boards within it, but it also has power supply and a network that it connects to. So the network is actually where the data is transferred from, but the storage, there's also storage within the cell phone itself. So just like a remote control, like I made reference to the Avatar movie on one of my last video, or another video I did, and the concept of the Avatar, where you can jack into it basically, and your consciousness can control the avatar being or whatever. But I was kind of thinking about my grandma when she was she had dementia and her brain was leaving her. My dad actually is going through the same thing right now, where his memory is just gone. I mean, I can talk to him about something in the same conversation, he'll forget that we even talked about it, and I can tell that his brain is, he's probably going to have some dementia later on down the road, but he's 70, so it's not like, that's not so unusual. But anyways, but I think about like how his hardware is failing, but he's still tapped into the network, so he can still transmit information. But eventually the hardware is going to fail, and he's not going to be able to transmit anymore. I think it's funny because like people ask that question, how do people that are senile, are they inside their mind still, or are they gone, like as far as their soul? And I've been kind of thinking about it differently. Like there's two facets to who we are, maybe even three. We have the body, which is the hardware. The mind is the software, or the streaming. And so the data transfer is basically our brain is like the networking card or something. And and we connect to the World Wide Web, and in some ways of looking at it, people actually looked at God as the mainframe, or where all the data originates from, and it's processed through the towers and the network and whatnot in there. So I guess we are the receivers of God's consciousness. I don't know if that's how I believe, but it's an interesting thought process, and how we are starting to pattern our ideas after little patterns of reality. And consciousness is a very interesting thing to me, because I feel like there's no way that this body, this hardware, can do all of that on its own. I don't know how it could generate something like the creativity or love or anything. Like, I just don't know how organic matter could come together. And now I did hear a theory about like a cellular organism is actually like a cooperation of cells, and they all kind of come together to create the body, but they're independent, kind of like we are independent, and create a society and a hive mind. And but I kind of feel like we're like cell phones, or we're like remote control cars, and there's something controlling us. And we are dependent upon that transmission. And I think that that's how we are tuned in. We're tuned into that frequency. But I also feel like the same way a radio tunes into things. We could tune into other frequencies, and we can tap into like UHF or AM radio or FM radio or digital or whatever. It's interesting to me because I'm starting to look at everything like it's electrical universe. All the cells and all the molecules and the like oxygen, nitrogen, and the matter that's in this environment is all connected, and it's all like an electrical conduit, and the only way we can transmit. I'm starting to look at spirituality like it's more of a physical, has its physical nature, like electricity. Electricity isn't necessarily physical, but it definitely transmits through physical, and I don't know, I just like this train of thought. So if you guys have any thoughts on how our minds transmit, or if we're just basic cellular organisms that somehow found a way to evolve to think and plan and have emotions, I do like to have other people's insight and thoughts. So regardless of whether we think the same, that's okay. If we don't think the same, that's also fine. I don't have a problem with how other people think, but I like to dialogue with people, so feel free to share your thoughts. But like this video and subscribe, and we can continue to hash this stuff out. And thanks for watching. We'll talk to you soon. All right, bye.